Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at two different watches, but I would consider both of these to be dress watches. But the main point of this video is to discuss complicated watches versus simple watches, complicated and simple mechanical watches, that is. So let's get the Petoskey stones out of the way here. We'll focus in on the watches. So what we're using here for this discussion is the Epos 3439 Northstar. Msrp for this is $2,631. And then the Stowa Antea 390. Msrp for this watch is $1,261 with the automatic movement, and then $1,284 with a hand winding movement. This is an older version, but this does have the hand winding movement. So no rotor to worry about, simple, not as complicated. I did buy this watch used year and a half, 2 years ago, don't exactly remember, but if I were to purchase new, I would purchase without the date. And I think this has the silver dial, so I think the price I gave you is actually for the non-silver dial. I'll try and fix that in the description, and I'll leave a link to both of these watches in the description as well. This watch is in on loan from Epos. I already forgot how I'm supposed to say it. Believe it or not, this watch is larger than the Stowa, but the Stowa looks larger due to this very thin bezel here. Bauhaus, German style Bauhaus watch here, and this watch is made in Germany. Epos here was founded in 1925, and I believe it's on its fourth owner now over the years, no longer owned by the family. And same thing for Stowa. I know Georg Schauer had purchased this company, or purchased the name to it quite a while ago. I think it was in 1996. But he just recently sold the company to a different watch group. And I'm not sure if he still has a partnership in it or not. But anyway, let's talk about the movement in these two watches. So the Stowa, this one here has the ETA 2804-2, but the current models have a Sellita SW200 for the automatic movement. And then the hand winding movement will be a Sellita SW215-1. Let me zoom in on this. Hope we don't mess up the strap too badly bending it like this. But yeah, it's a very cool watch. I really enjoy hand winding movements, especially with the display case back. There's something special about them. I don't know if this has a full wind or not. Haven't really worn this watch all that much. Looks like it might be getting a little faster here. So let's turn around this way. So this isn't a true, it is a hand winding movement, but it's based off an automatic. They just removed the rotor from this watch. And then the Northstar has the ETA 2892 and then an EPBM module. I would imagine the module is for all the complications on this watch. Very beautifully decorated, at least to my novice eye here. I think it's a cool looking movement. But I really do like hand winding, as you can see more of the movement without that large rotor on there. Micro rotors are cool too. I had in one micro rotor on loan. I forgot the company name, but that was a cool watch. It had the aventurine dial. So anyway, this has sapphire crystal on the back and on the front, and both of these are rated to 5 meters of water resistance. Washing your hands, maybe getting caught out in the rain, that type of stuff. Definitely not a watch you're going to go swimming with. And this watch is Swiss made. So let's look at the complications here. It does have this cool blue sunburst dial as well. So you have a moon phase, you have the day of the week, you have the month of the year, obviously, and then around the perimeter here you have the date. And then you can change each of these functions using these buttons here. This one will advance the moon phase. This one will change the day. Then this one here does the month. And this one up here will change the date. Actually, I had misspoken in my previous video. This is not the most complicated watch I've had. It was pointed out to me in the comment section that I had some Ernst Benz chronographs, which also had a moon phase and the day and the date. So it's been a little while, so I kind of forgot about those watches. Those things, I do remember they were very big though. And this one here is more of a reasonable size watch, as well as the Stowa here. So the Northstar here, 51.1 lug to lug. Diameter is 41.7. Thickness 11.1. Lug width 20, and this strap does taper down to 18. Crocodile style leather strap. Actually, I'll talk about the dimensions on this, and then we'll hold these side by side. Some interesting differences between these two. So the Stowa, and these kind of straight lugs here, they do curve down, but they stick out quite a bit. 48.1. Diameter is 39. So that's the name Stowa Antea 390 indicating the diameter. Thickness on this, nice and thin at 8.1 millimeter. Lug width is 20, and this strap does taper down to 18. So both of these are calf leather straps. You can read that or not. So this is a Stowa strap. It does have the deployant here. I don't know. I don't really care for the deployant. It kind of reminds me of a butterfly clasp on a bracelet. But it's not too bad. I'm getting used to it. And this just has your typical buckle and tang here. Genuine leather. So let me know which leather you prefer. If you like the crocodile pattern or just like a plain black leather like this here. This is very comfortable on wrist. Yeah, the Stowa looks larger. That's funny because it's not. It's a smaller watch. If I could show that or not. Anyway, you can definitely tell a difference in the thickness. 11.1 versus 8.1. 3 millimeter difference. Oh, forgot about the crown size. This has a 6.9 millimeter onion style crown, and this has a 5.8 millimeter crown, which does sound small, but looking at it on this case, the 8.1 millimeter thick case, it fits just fine. And that is a signed crown as well, obviously. And we do have drilled lugs here. Alright, let me put both these on wrist and then we'll close out the video. Don't want to go too long with it. This watch looks a lot better without the date. It does have the 6 here, 1 through 12 obviously. I kind of like how the numbers kind of switch here. So from here it's from the inside out, and then when you get to the 4 it's from the outside in for the orientation of the numbers. So yeah, very neat. Alright, let me get this on wrist. The straps on both of these are actually a little bit too big for my wrist. This one's a little bit closer to my wrist size. Come on. There we go. I have a 6.5-inch wrist with a 52mm wristband, and this again is 48.1. I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence. I think it's maybe a little bit too large looking for my wrist. I'll zoom out, give you a little bit different perspective here. From there, I guess it doesn't look too bad. Be nice if the lugs were a little shorter, but then I think you'd have some interference between the spring bar, the leather strap, and the case here, especially with a thicker strap. Give you an idea what I'm talking about here, this little gap here between the strap and the case. All right, let's put the Northstar on wrist. I'll zoom in on the dial again. It's got some nice texture to it with these grooves for the different windows here. The Stowa does not have Loom. This watch does. I'll show that at the end of the video just for the fun of it. This does have some interesting looking Loom. So I am on the last strap hole here. There we go. I'm always afraid of pulling on these things too hard. Some nice little detail here on the side, the kind of a cut here to the lugs, and then also the grooves on the side here. It's a neat looking watch. All right, well, let me know what you'd pick between these two. I don't know if you'd be shopping for one or the other at the same time, but just two different watches in my collection that I think look somewhat similar. Well, not, I mean, similar kind of thing, dressy style watch in my mind at least. So let me shut off the lights and we'll check out the Loom on this watch here. Actually, I can probably do it on the fly here. I won't even pause the video. Have a nice little remote control for the lights, so we'll use that right now. All right, there we go. It does have a nice loom effect here with the loom and then the stars being loomed in the dial. And the handset, and also you have the little circle indices around the perimeter there. So very cool looking watch. Have enjoyed my time with it. And hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have not subscribed already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video and leave a comment below. That will conclude this video. As always, thank you for taking the time. And thank you for watching.